So today we're talking about a new goal. We're setting a new goal to develop a connection between influencers and starting to do stores for like coaches and consultants. Stores for coaches and consultants, where in essence we're trying to develop merchandise for them. But we have a goal for like 100 stores basically by like we'll call it the end of the next 3 months. 100 stores, no, that's a little too ambitious. The end of the next 6 months. We have 100 stores for different people where in essence we're also trying to connect them with mentors. They try to connect them with a different mentor through Score. And Score is the place that helps connect mentors with people that want them necessarily in the US, and trying to facilitate coaching merchandise stores. So like developing stores, which is a little out of character, for coaching and consulting as the industry to be able to focus as the niche, to try to add value full circle, to grow their business surreptitiously at the same time through accountability, and developing a merchandise connection through like kind of speaking to their audiences, similar to developing an application for influencers in the past on like through something called Passive Apps. Passive Apps was by someone named Lucas. I forgot his last name, but nonetheless, the purpose was to develop an app for an existing audience. So it's about an existing audience to be able to leverage to make a merchandise store with Shopify or whatnot through e-commerce mentors through the Score mentorship. And so we have a goal of trying to connect like 100 people with different stores and different mentors down the line. And we're trying to focus on the coaching and consulting industry for something similar to the influencer market, because in essence the influencer market already have existing audiences. But nonetheless, if we were to develop something of a custom application for influencers, for example, then because of their existing audience, we can also charge for content, unique content in the background. Like they can make unique, like kind of like behind closed doors content that in essence we're able to sell to a wider audience, because they're already helping people, but it's like kind of getting an upgrade for unique services to unlock them. And then so having merchandise as like symbols, merchandise that's symbols, because you can't even access the merchandise unless you unlock a certain stage. It makes it so the symbol also of the merchandise is like a symbol of them advancing in the courses for the coaches and consultants. So it's like an advancement stage that's like a symbology through the merchandise for them just getting access to be able to get an access to be able to buy the merchandise. They have to advance in the course and the process through the coaching and consulting processes with coaches and consultants, as we try to continue to focus on them to make merchandise stores for them, Shopify stores, and then connect them with hopefully Score mentors at the same time, ideally to try to test out the Score mentors, like 100 of them in the next 6 months. And at the same time we're trying to do Dinky T and C4G as the DJ scene situation, and then also developing like a fashion brand off the side of that, Dinky T and C4G, which is also interconnected as the DJ industry. But at the same time we're also trying to like develop things in China and like try to connect what I call pools and poles together, which connects basically pools of opportunity, pools of demand around the world, and using China as like something I called Chihuly shops in the past. Chihuly shops means like a glass blowing shop that Dale Chihuly made, but China we're trying to hopefully use as like the Dale Chihuly shops process, because in essence that is an ideology, is ideal to be able to make custom products through China and develop prototypes to be able to fulfill and potentially fill pools of demand around the world, with the potential of these trade lines to have poles of trades and supply go into all the pools of demand around the world by developing physical products through China and developing prototypes, trying to develop rapid prototypes in China and sending them like Dale Chihuly did with his glass designs to different places and spaces. But we can try to scale them up, leveraging China, manufacturing to be able to fundamentally service different pools of demand around the world in an ideal sense, and create different trade lines through this methodology. After all, and we're trying to like bridge the gap in the range between DJing and some, you know, unique, just creative niche merch, and then like bicycle development, and then like develop like the art industry where we can make custom, unique, crazy art and or handbags and or accessories and things like this. But like also, you know, something like a bicycle can also have a battery on it and can be innovated, and also speak to the car industry. The car industry, like Porsche, is it's just the engineering industry, basically. Like Porsche is an engineering company, so having these abilities and trying to merge them and consolidate them into future processes where we're more functional, and trying to get off the ground in terms of cash flow and bringing some of these, just all these energies to a place to thread them through with each other, is what's difficult. And an attempt to try to be persistent is like sort of the track I suppose that we're trying to stay on. And that's all for now. Thanks again, Dinky Tech and Change for Game Studios. Bye, peace, bye.